Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Billy Ho Sports. Want to wish everybody a happy and safe Memorial weekend. Remember the fallen. It's going to be a really pretty weekend here in Louisville. A little bit on the chilly side, so not so much of the swimming thing going on, but going to be tons of outdoor activities. So I can't wait to do that. I'm also excited to put my skills to the test as a guest handicapper for Sunday's racing at Prairie Meadows in Iowa. If anybody's ever bet that card, it's going to be, I think, about 7 races or something like that on the card. And me and several other people were chosen as part of a social media campaign. I really like that, getting the people involved. So it should be a lot of fun, and we're going to root each other on. So just kind of check that out if you want to. Also, today we're going to do, as part of the Memorial Weekend extravaganza, we're going to take a look at Saturday's card at Churchill Downs. That's my home track. I feel obligated to do a little something here. Probably bet a few races. We're going to do races 3 through 10. So I don't want to spend a lot of time, but I do. We're also going to do a late pick 5 ticket. So I did want to say one quick thing on the split the pot draw. Have not heard from any of the 3 I drew the other day at Stephen R2W9B. He was the first drawing winner. Has yet to contact me. Time's running out for you. First runner up, Mons Bassard, 4092. And then Dennis Hayes, 65, is the third runner up. So one of you 3 contact me, and we'll see if we can't get this split the pot thing done. And we'll go from there. Now, for today's comments, as a backup plan, be the first person to post any winner in any race, races 3 through 10. Give me a winner, and the first one to correctly get a winner for Saturday's racing will be like the 4th runner up or whatever you want to call it. And if I don't hear from these 3, then you can be the one to contact me, and we'll do a split the pot bet. So anyway, you always have to be a subscriber to be eligible. You click that like button in the comments, use the hashtag BHS. So let's go. Give me a winner, and I'll try to do the same for you. We're going to jump right into it and plow through this as fast as possible. First up, past performances. Let's take a look at race 3. Okay, race number 3 is going to be 6.5 furlongs. It's a $100,000 maiden claiming, 3-year-olds and upward, and we're going 6.5 on the dirt. So number 1, Sinister Smile, is from the Brad Cox barn, and draws Luis Saez, takes the mount. Declan Cannon was supposed to ride, but unfortunately he had a bad spill last weekend in the one of the turf races and fractured a couple of vertebrae. So get well soon, Declan. But we get the ultimate upgrade in Luis Saez. Here's Sinister Smile. So this practical joke colt should be closer to the lead. He wins almost half. It's 42%. You can see all the good things. Blinkers added, sharp workout. This horse has got to be looked at very closely. So number 1, Sinister Smile, blinks on. We're going to be definitely getting into that one. Some really good races. The good second by Declan here sets it up, coming from the all weather to the dirt, and we know how good Brad Cox is at working horses from Turfway over to Churchill, like he did with Final Gambit. So definitely one to look at. Homer's Odyssey is the 9-2 Steve Asmussen horse. Jose Ortiz rides, eligible to second off the layoff. Jose's just hot fire. Jose Ortiz and Luis Saez just tearing it up right now at Churchill Downs. And so those 2 definitely have to look at. This was I finally figured out what the asterisk was next to this 7 furlongs. It means it's slightly less than 7 furlongs for the track configuration. They couldn't make it exactly 7, so it's like probably just a few yards less, 40, 50 yards less or something like that. No big deal, but didn't look very good with Ramos aboard. So hopefully Jose can get it. Blinkers and Lasix second time. So all that stuff would put him in contention, I would say. Then Steel Venom, first time starter. A lot of times in these races with experienced horses like this, I just immediately toss. I mean, you may surprise me. Joe Sharp, 25%. You can see 9, what's that, 15, 18 of 36. So he's 50% in the money, pretty much 56 all the way there. So, I mean, it's a first time starter, so I'm going to pass. Game Runner as another horse, sired by Game Winner. So half sibling to that Baffert horse, Gaming, that just can't seem to win anymore. Master Controller, this one, Brittany Vandenberg, and Chris Emig. I'm guessing, I forget how to pronounce his name. 2024 debut, first Lasix, back-to-back Bullet works. Didn't show any late speed but moving from maiden to maiden claiming, Vandenberg is 22%, so that's something to hang your hat on. This is a horse I got interest in as well. Nearly got it done last April at 6 furlongs at Churchill Downs. Was right here up by a head and just kind of gave way down the stretch there, and for Thomas Vance and Corey Lannery. So this one's kind of a just a slightly below the top tier for me. But Corey Lannery is having a pretty nice run for him. 18% winners. That's pretty good for a journeyman type jock. And sharp workout, early speed. All things point to this horse being very competitive. The E7 means he really wants to lead, so going to be looking at that one. The 7 is Ish, and that's a first time starter, so we're probably going to pass on that one. Vex is a Matt Sims horse. Luan Mikado rides. Showed some speed in the debut at Keeneland at 6.5. Should improve off that. Got a nice 4 furlong work at 47-3 going back here on May 10th. And then another fires off a minute right here. It's almost a bullet work there for Vex. So that's a good looking horse. But I think ultimately for this first race of our day, it's going to be number one, Sinister Smile, for the win for me. And then I'm going to use that one as a key horse over the top of like the 2 and the 6 for an exacta or something of that nature. Might throw in the 8 to make it a trifecta bet. So 2, 6, 8 underneath the 1. But I really, really like the 1 to win the race. So that brings us to race number 4. Okay, race number 4 is going to be 6 furlongs. It's a $25,000 claimer for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up. 6 furlongs. We go with number 1, Demi, and that's Philip D'Amato, Christian Torres. D'Amato pretty good at nailing those first claims. Equally tough running them back. So you can see after they claim, get the win, and then claim repeater is 25%. That's 3 out of 12 right there. So that's pretty solid work for Demi, and shows some nice speed on the first out for D'Amato, and getting Christian Torres to ride, which Torres is having a pretty decent meet. I'm not usually a big fan of his, but 15% good enough. That's above average, I would call it. So number 1, Demi on the list, a closer we'll be looking at for the inside 1 hole. Then you have the number 2, These Apples, which is Eric Foster. Joe Ramos will ride and jump back to the dirt from the Turfway Park. Runs 5th, just not enough speed for me in this one. So I'm going to go to number 3, Never Sway. Horse, I kind of have some interest in here. 6-1 morning line, and Jerry Dixon and Abel Cedillo don't really jump out at you on the jockey trainer combo there. But he did claim this horse on the 10th after the good run to win at 6.5 furlongs. So he's going to move him up in class and give it a shot here. But the word Never Sway was appropriate because she moved in a dead straight line down the stretch in this race right here to score the win. So it was a nice effort, and I'm gonna definitely have interest. Then you have number 4, Greek Heiress, Lindsay Schultz, Nick Juarez, 8 month layoff. When it starts to get 8, 9 year to year, I kind of want to give them a look before I leap. But she, 24% claiming, highest speed figure. I mean, could definitely pop coming out of the gate. I mean, closed at 6.5 at Churchill with a win. So, who's to say can't come right back off of the break and get it done once again. But probably not for me. Number 5, Sassy and Bold. Second in prime power, but kind of a low class win, 7,500. None of these 5K, 5K. I just moving up in class, poor starts record. No thanks. I don't think I'll go with Frango Electrico either. The connections, nothing I like here. Not enough speed, beaten by weaker. This next one, number 7, Edith Strudis, is David Jacobson and got Jose Ortiz aboard. So immediately cracks up, tries the 6 furlong after the claim and was pretty whack. But dropping in class, I think, will be the right move here. A practical joke filly, past stakes experience, and Jose is going to give it another try. So I always like jockeys that didn't run all that great, but a really, really good jockey. Maybe now he knows the horse a little better. and moving over from Oaklawn to Churchill Downs. And there was also three straight muddy surface races. So you never know the conditions they come out in. If they get out early and stay clean, they run really well. You can see clean horses win races. But then you get behind and you start getting that mud kicked in your face, eighth, ninth, eighth, no menace. So needs to get him out there, and but I don't see any rain in the forecast this weekend. So I like the 7 horse. Uh, a a bit a bit to buy. I believe that's the 8 horse. I don't think I'm going to have any interest there. Off ramp, I will have interest. Joe Sharp. I'll say this: Joe Sharp looks really sharp so far in the meet. I think he's going to win a lot of races. He's got a lot of Luis Saez riding his horses, so that already imagine going to win a lot of races. Coming over from the all weather to the dirt, he's not terrible. 18%. 24 in claiming, 56% in the money. He's 27% altogether, 25 at Churchill Downs. Luis Saez, almost a quarter of his races are going into books, and he's a 50%. And they're 67% in the money together in 6 races. So this horse has got to be a use. Hot combo, all good there for off ramp. So my selections are going to be I'm going to go with number 3, Never Sway, for the win. Then I'm going to put that horse as a key horse with the number 1, Demi, the number 7, Estrudis, and number 9, Off Ramp underneath. Maybe do a trifecta key box or an exacta key box, one or the other for that race. So let's jump right into it. Race number 5 is coming up. This is the one I tried to jump the gun on a minute ago. But it's 5.5 furlongs on the turf. Optional claimer, $100,000. Good horses in this race. Number 1, Shards, dropping in class. Nice improvement from the all weather to the turf. Gotta love that. And then good shot here to at least hit the board. I don't like it for the win, and I kind of, after I capped it a couple of different times, kind of not so much on the ticket at all. Not even, maybe not even an underneath use, but Nobles will definitely be one. Larry Ravelli. I will tell you this: these horses were entered Nobles and one timer in a stakes race. I believe it was on Derby Day, and I can't think of the name of the race, but they both scratched out. It was the 5.5 furlong turf race on Derby Day or on Oaks Day. I can't remember which one it was, but anyway, regardless, they scratched out to run here. So better spot, dropping in class. One of these two horses is winning the race, in my opinion. I can't decide which. I keep looking at Nobles. Like, I know Nobles is good. I remember winning. I had him. I had him at Woodbine for this Kennedy Road grade 2 win where he ran 100, but that was on the all weather. You can see the previous race, 5.5 on the turf, 5th place finish, then wins on the all weather, then goes back to turf, 7th place, then goes back to all weather, almost wins. So it seems like this horse, even though the daggone horse won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Sprint back in the day here, it just seems like it's better on the all weather as an older horse. But I don't know. I mean, it could be just that much better than the rest of these horses. And of course, One Timer looks really good. Nice run, and it's going from all weather to the turf, but turf sprint. Some good success at Kentucky Downs. So I don't know if that don't always translate, but obviously got wins at Ellis, got wins at other tracks down here. Very successful one timer. So 2-3, and then 4. It's going to be 2-3-4 pretty much. Clear the Air, William Walden, Jose Ortiz. A big, strong effort on April 30th at Churchill. The previous lost to None Hudson, who won who wheeled back to win the Jim McKay Turf Sprint on Preakness Day. So Clean the Air for William Walden could be looking for the upset on this one. And then this was the one I kind of found a little bit interesting. This is Brittany Vandenberg. It's I'm guessing Chiseller and Chris Emig. I always want to say Emig. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. But veteran jockey, I didn't realize he was 55 years old, but he's riding on the turf, and you can see he got this one through. I mean, back here, you can say what you want about the form at this distance, but it was running in stakes races and against 50K OC. Then was claimed, and then went on a few on all weather, ran really well, and then popped immediately on the turf. So if this horse ran a 95, so that's competitive with any of these horses, both the 2-3-4. So 2-3-4-5 double Dutch, I'm not going to have any interest in. Discount double clutch. But the selections would be the 2 and the 3. Nobles, one timer. You could box those in an exacta if you like, but I also think the number 4, Clear the Air, number 5, Chiseller, will fill out the trifecta and your super. So box those 4 in a 10-cent super and see what happens. That's kind of what I recommend, things of that nature, or bet Nobles to win. Nobles and one timer, I really have a hard time picking between the two. Maybe take the one with the best value. Go from there. Now, let's move on to race number 6. And race number 6 is another 6.5 furlong. Tons of fillies and mares today on Saturday sprints. So we're going to jump right into it with not really much on the number 1. So we're going to go to number 2, Didn't It Rain? Albert Stahl, Luan Mikado. Whenever I just see boatloads of good notes over here. Best dirt speed, early speed, sharp workout, 28% trainer, third off the layoff, all that kind of good stuff. The highest last race rating. So at Churchill Downs, nearly wins at 6.5. Good looking horse, definitely in the mix. And maybe just another 2-3 exacta because I like the number 3 purple and gold. And as Brad Cox and Luis Saez, I'll just bet Luis Saez all day long to win races because you know he's going to get a couple. First time Lasix, 31% trainer in that department. They got 5 wins and 15 starts for Louis. The two together are 40% winners, 4 out of 10, 60% in the money. So I don't know how you not use this horse. Just hasn't broke the maiden yet. The only reason you might not is because it has been more than 6 months. But I think that just Brad Cox just gets them ready. I like to see the second to last work be that bullet. You fire at 5 and 59 bullet gate work right there, then that's good enough for Brad. All we need to do is keep him fit for the next work. 4 and 48, still very solid. Purple and gold's going to be ready to run. I have no doubt. Sunset Lines, first time starter, is by Good Magic. Normally I dismiss first time starters, but when you have a Good Magic in the dam side, and you can see the dam stakes winner, 25%, they got good sire production index, 16% sire wins with first time starters. The dam has 4 winners from 7 starters, 23% maiden claiming. The breeding suits the distance and a hot combo here. Morales is solid. So that would be an underneath use for me, even though it's a first time starter. But Buckeye Bombshell, I don't think I'm going to get there for Kenny McPeak. Stage presence, I do have some interest in. The closer, I like Eddie Kennelly, Ben Curtis connection. Sire by Spatestown dropping in class. One of the horses that can close had a nice little 3 furlong bullet right back here on the wet fast. So a couple of good works since then. Uh, should be ready. I like the horses to drop in for a tag. So we'll be having a close eye out on that one. I'm passing on the 7, and then you got Foolish Front Fifi, Jack Hancock, and Gabe Saez hooking up. It's a Coal Front filly, half sibling to Coal Battle. Got that going for her. And but just not much else in my book. I just maybe an outside looking in, and same thing with Timbo's Mischief. That's the rounds out the race there. But my selection is number 3, Purple and Gold to win. I believe that's a, if you want to call it, a 2-star to 3-star bet. I really like that one to come in and win. I like the number 2, very close second, and then 6 stage presence. 4 is Sunset Lines. I'm using that one underneath too. So you could do an exacta or a trifecta key box with the 3 on top, roll out from there. So let's move on to race number 7. And we're going to go another 6 furlongs for fillies. And this is for fillies 3-year-olds. It's an optional claimer for 125,000 in 1X. Never won a race other than their maiden, claiming or starter, state bred, blah, blah, blah. Let's get into it. Passing on the 1, Wisconsin Gal. Number 2, Praying. I like the early speed. Robert Medina, Christian Torres, first Lasix. Ran second versus a tougher field in at Oaklawn Park in this stakes race here. Got some decent stakes experience at Churchill and Keeneland. So solid looking horse at 6-1 morning line can be some good value. Did not give it up easily coming down the stretch. And I watched some of these replays. I'm only going to show you like maybe one replay on this entire race card, but I trust me, I did watch the races and I did like the way that horse fought down the stretch and didn't give it up. Miss Martini did get the win. So Reputation is another early speed horse. Luan Mikado, Gus Delgado. I'm probably going to pass on that one. Trainer doesn't ship with much success at all. So all the bad bullets over here, no bueno. Now, Moto, good bueno, early good shipper, 21%, best dirt speed. Look at those 90s, 92, 93, 95, firing out of the gate, and just didn't get there in the last two as they raced against some real tough company and at the fairgrounds in Oaklawn, 200 optional K, 200K optional claiming. So this is a drop in class basically. And then running a 95 and didn't give it up easily either with Bayerano up. So this horse looks really good and could be your probably top candidate for the wire job. Sable Currency is another one. Chris Block is 25% in sprint races. Cutting back to 6 furlongs might help. Also finished third versus similar. Pretty solid efforts all the way around. Back to back mid 90s. That's what we want to see. So these two horses are definitely on my radar, Moto and Stable Currency, those mid 90s. And then you have Lady Catherine, another early one. Threw in a big time clunker to close out the season going a mile in over her head. Raced against Lacara, Liam in the dust. Those are really, really good horses. Excuse me. So I'm not really sure what to make of this one. Been off more than eight. Riley Mott, I'm just not digging it. I'm gonna pass. Show me something first, because I like the number seven, Wavering Trust. Oh, look, it's Brad Cox, Luis Saez. Well, go ahead and put that on the ticket. Nice win at Keeneland off the second effort, uh, and then just on good track. Really powered down the stretch too. Prompted three wide and drove clear under Flavian Prat, but there's no drop off between Luis Saez and Prat, in my opinion. They're both riding like maniacs, and you can just see all the good things over here with all the high 20 percentage for Brad Cox. What can you say about the guy? You got to use the horse. And then you have the eight coaster. I'm going to pass on that one because I believe this 89 speed figure is going to move into the mid 90s and put them right with these two here. The four, the five, and the seven so far for me. And then I'll finish out with the nine, May Mischief. Trainer saw something in this horse because he popped at 5 furlongs on the all weather at Gulfstream for the win, and then he put him on the turf and just didn't respond, flattened out down the stretch. So claimed Saffy Joseph gets a hold of him. Saffy knows how to prepare him for sprints. So I think trying dirt, high percentage jockey, Jose Ortiz aboard, definitely underneath use. So the selections for this race, number seven, Unwavering Trust for the win, with number four, Modo, number five, Stable Currency, number nine, May Mischief underneath. That moves us on to race number eight. And race number eight is another 6 furlongs, fillies and mares, 3 year olds and up, 80K N2X. And we're going to pass on the moving back to the dirt for Sherry DeVoe, Aunt Becca. Number two, sing a little song, lacks the speed. So the first one, really contender I get to is Marmalade Sky, David Jacobson, Irving Moncada, and you can see the 94 popped right there, coming from the all weather to the Churchill turfway to Churchill. Horses do that. They've had some success going from the turfway dirt to the Churchill surface. So 94 Brisnet speed figure is what we're looking for. So put them on the list. Number one in prime power too. And now you have number four Twirl Around, and Luis Saez is riding for Greg Foley this time. Foley's got 4 wins and 20 starts, 4 seconds, 2/3. So he's 50% in the money at Churchill Downs so far. Louis rocking and rolling as always. Gets a nice 91 speed rating for the win, going 6 furlongs with Jose aboard. And now Saez takes over. So Twirl Around is definitely on the list. Nice value at 8-1. So I think it was just her 25 debut, also coming off a long layoff. So popped out of the gate. So should improve, I would say, in the next one out. Twirling Candy is the sire. Number five, Tilted Lady, has some talent, got some wins at OP. A little light on the speed, in my opinion. Lots of candy is a Paul McGee horse, and Paul McGee is off to a really good start. 3 wins, 9 starts. Brian Hernandez, not so much, 11%, 8 wins, and 74 mounts. Brian's really kind of struggling this meet, but he does have a win at Ellis last summer on this horse. But this is another one I'm skeptical on with the break. 9 months, and that's a little bit at my limit. So I might need to see one, but I think it's a good fit underneath for exotics. I mean, 92, 96 should run back. I do like three back. I like the bullet here at 5 and 58. That's motoring right there 5 and 58. So then you got 5 in a minute, 5 in a minute. So working really good. I don't have any problem using underneath. Now this one is one I do like a lot. Chris Hartman, Luan Mikado, Tripolina. The Roxanne was a good effort at Churchill Downs in April, ran a 90 and closed to within 7. Minx Palace, that horse was absolutely flying home. And I had money on Minx Palace at 4-1, so I'm glad Minx Palace held on. But that Tripolina looked really good. So a lot of times you take notice of that kind of stuff. Mikado was riding for that one, so he should be able to try to do that again, I'd say. So I'm definitely using that one in exotics. And then you have a one that's kind of interesting, Steve Asmussen, Jose Ortiz, and this is Adogate, and it's sired by Arrowgate. And Audubon Oaks hasn't raced since then last year, but did run third. You can see the Asmussen kid rode it the first few times. At least Steve's starting to put a decent jockey on his horses again. I remember somebody made a tweet or a post on X about that and said Steve Asmussen was ripping Rispoli over the ride in the Preakness, and he said, "You're over there ripping Rispoli on his ride, and you're sticking your kids on all your horses because they're just less than stellar jockeys, to be honest with you. I don't know if I owned a horse and it was a good horse, I'd be like, you're not putting your kid on my horse. Find somebody else." Just my opinion, but I'll probably pass on number 9, Punchy Girl 2, the number 10. Misenchanted is an interesting one. Dale Romans is slight having a decent resurgence, got 3 wins and 15 starts. I'm just not going to get there with him. I'm going with the number 4, Twirl Around, to win and to place. And I do like using the 6 underneath, lots of candy, and Tripolina. And I did have the 8 at the bottom, but I don't know that I would necessarily, I could kick that horse off in a heartbeat if I need to. So it's going to be number 4 to win, place, 6 underneath with the 7. Let's go finish this thing out. We got 2 more to go. Bear with me, folks. We're almost there. Race number 9. We're going to get after a mile and a half. This is the Curtana, and it's a mile and a half on the turf for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward. Feature race of the day. So we're going to start with Dreaming of Mo, and I just don't really see the 12 furlongs here. I just see a bunch of mile and eighth, mile and 3/8 there, but ran 5th. It just really doesn't look like much to me. Now, this is where I'm going to show you the race, and I'll get to it in a minute because the horse that won the race, Sugary, is down the road. So I'm going to show you this race between these two in just a minute. Brendan Walsh, Ben Curtis, Tarnima, really good effort here, even though it's the 3rd place finish, just lacked room, and you'll see why in a minute. So I'm really going to have this horse on the radar. She could have easily won that race, and I'll show you why in a minute. Holy Foley, one you could look at, but I don't think she didn't have it here last year in a Keyturna, got killed, but not really much since then, so I'm going to pass. Strikingly Spun is definitely a threat to win. Sired by Hard Spun, Joe Sharp, there he is again. Jose Ortiz, 7-2. All the good things over here. Just only coming in off a 2-month freshening from Fairgrounds. We're just lacking in the mile and a half department. That is my concern with Strikingly Spun. But the average win distance of 7.4 should be good enough. And it's Hard Spun. That's and the Damn Sire 7.6. I think that's pretty good. So Strikingly Spun's definitely one. She's been closing, and you can see closing for 3rd on all these less than mile and a 16th, mile 70 mile races. So the added distance would logically help, and definitely not a super fast paced horse. So I think you probably could have a nice trip here. Marksman Queen, I'm not so much on this one. Grand Motion, Frankie Dettori. Dettori has just really been on a decline. This one does have some races, but just not being able to close the deal at a mile and a half. So here's number 6, Sugary. And you'll see it as they come down the stretch because I'm not going to show the entire mile and a half race, but these two went at it for a mile and a half. As you can see, the middle horse, Parrish, I forget the name of the horse, Parrish Lane or something like that, went on to win the next out. So Pratt's riding Sugary, the 6, which is a gray horse, coming down the stretch. And then on the inside is Tarnima. And Tarnima was ridden. Let's see who was riding. Completely different jockeys too, by the way. So we don't have to worry about that. Jose Ortiz was riding that one, and you can see Pratt. You try to move in on Pratt's ground, and Pratt is all about standing your ground. and he ain't letting you through if he's got the right of way, and he didn't. He kept that horse pinned in on the rail and forced him inside, and finally did get a little bit of a poke through on the inside rail to get home for third place, but just got banged around a little bit too much. I think he could have. I think she could have won that race, to be honest. So Flavian Prat is not riding the six. It goes to Luan Mikado. So I give the edge to the four horse in that department. But then you get go on down here and you got number seven, Boss Lady Bailey, Mike Maker, Louis Saez. This one won by a nose, going a mile and a half at Keeneland. Another one is Connect Sire by Curlin. 7.1 can get the distance. Nothing wrong with this horse. So Dazzling Dictator, I'm going to pass on that one. And that's your feature race number 9. And I am going to take the number 2, Tarnima, to win. And then I'm going to use that horse with the 4 Strikingly Spun. I think who's the next likely horse to win. Then you got the 6 Sugar E and 7 Boss Lady Bailey. You could put all those together in some sort of a superfecta and see what happens. And now we're going to finish it off. We're going to get to it real quick in the nightcap. And I'll basically, after we finish up here, we're going to go over the pick 5. And they're basically going to be most of the horses that I've told you already. So this one, you can see the big difference. The facts, ma'am. 10 points in the prime power. So I immediately went down and started looking at facts because it just ran a monster race. William Walden, Louis Saez, almost got there out of the gate going 6.5. I figure it's going to improve 31% in second career race, first route 26. This horse looks, I mean, you can't call anything a lock, but 3-1, I'm going to bet it to win in place and just be done with it. It's going to be the single in the pick 5. So that is your single for the pick 5. So let's go ahead and close out the card like this. Leg 1, I had the 2 and the 3. I believe those are the horses. And then leg 2, I went 4, 7, 9. Leg 3, I went 4 deep, 4, 6, 7, 8. Then I went leg 4, 2, 4, 6, 7, 4 deep, and then I singled to 7 in leg 5. So if you do a 50-cent pick 5, that's going to cost you $46. Now you could play around with legs 3 and 4 and narrow it down if you want to, but I just thought the $46, that's a pretty fair price for a pick 5 bet with a good single at the end. So you'll be live to the 7 if you get there. But I appreciate everybody joining me. Have a very happy weekend. Enjoy the weather, and we will see you soon. Thanks for watching.